Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel, Fitness Finesse for Locs. And I am back today with another video regarding my sister locks. If you would like to take this journey with me on my sister locks, then please hit that subscribe button and then also hit that bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. All right, there's a couple things that I want to talk about today. The first being my first wash. So when I got my first wash, it was at my consultant's house. She brought me back just to kind of give me some education on how to wash my hair, how to plait my hair, how to bundle my hair, and how to take care of it while I was washing it. What I noticed about after the first wash was how my sister locks really thickened up, especially in the back. I'm not for sure if she made my locks in the back a little bit larger than the locks in the front, but the locks in the back immediately swelled up a little bit, which I actually really like the size of them. And then also my tester locks were also in the back. So if I had my tester locks a little bit longer than I had the rest of my locks, so they're a little bit more mature than the rest of my locks. So just going to swing around and show you what they look like. These are my testers, somewhere back in here. And then these are just my locks in the back in general. So it seems like I have a couple smaller locks in the front of my hair, and again, little thicker or bigger in the back. And I think that is the way that she installed the locks. But I was really pleased with the education she gave me regarding my wash, and really happy with how they looked after that first wash. So just waiting and excited to see how they're going to thicken up once they fully mature. I don't want them too big, but I don't want them too small either. So these right here are absolutely perfect. I love them. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about as well is stiffness. So usually my hair is plaited and bundled because I'm doing group fitness classes, or I'm working out myself. But one day I didn't have any classes, none at all. So I decided to just go to sleep. Now, I do have a sister lock cap. I would just say a lock cap. It's like satin material, and I put it on my head every night. I'm very conditioned to do that because I used to wear twists and single braids, and I didn't want oils and stuff to get on my face. So I'm very conditioned to wear some type of protection over my head at night. Well, this night I just put on a scarf with my hair out like this, and when I woke up, it's like up here. It's like all bunched up. I was like, oh my goodness, it was really stiff. So these things do stiffen up, and I think the only method to help that was to lightly spray it with water to help it drop down a little bit, but they do stiffen up. So I would say the best method for your sister locks, if you're not going to plait them when you go to bed at night, because you really don't want that tension on them to plait them, you want to leave them out as long as you can, is to do just like a little ponytail and lightly wrap it, and then just put your cap on over top of that. So yeah, the stiffness was real. It was real. All right. So speaking of wearing protection at night, again, I'm so conditioned to do that because I always had the twist outs, and I always had like some type of like butter, like shea butter or something in my hair to keep those moisturized, and I really didn't want that to transfer to my face at night. So I've always wore some type of scarf, and with that, I think that's going to benefit me because I don't have to worry about any type of lint or foreign buildup in my sister locks. So you definitely want to practice wrapping up your hair because you don't want lint to build up. And right now it's doing pretty good. If I do see some type of speck from like some shirt I put on or something like that, I'll be sure to take it out really quickly because I don't want that to kind of embed in my locks and something I won't be able to get out later on. One of the other things that my consultant talked about, which I'm doing right now, is keeping my hands out my head. So she didn't specifically know that I was touching my hair all the time, and I didn't tell her. I didn't confess. But we kind of talked about people who make YouTube videos and their experiences are really, really bad, and their sister locks just aren't, turning out the way they thought. And one of the things she talks about is you kind of got to stop touching them. Keep your hands out. Let them do what they do and just let them grow and let them be. Let them flourish. And I love these things. I cannot stop touching them. One of the reasons why I touch them a lot too is because, again, I'm going to the gym all the time and I'm sweating. So once I take them out of the plaits, I kind of want to run my hands through them to make sure that they're not going to marry together. So hopefully I'm not, touching them too much, but I'm definitely not going to tell her. And she says she doesn't watch YouTube videos, so I'm not going to say anything. She'll never know. We'll see if she knows. She says she can tell if you've been touching too much, so we'll see. All right, so another thing that my consultant talked about when we were at our last session, our washing session, was cutting my ends. So I previously met with 2 consultants, and the second consultant talked about cutting my edges before I got my locks installed. Really wasn't too pleased with that because I really wanted to keep my length for my sister locks. But she talked about how dead hair wouldn't lock anyway, and she wanted to cut off about 2 inches. So, really wasn't feeling that too much. And the first consultant who I went with, she didn't have a problem locking my hair with the length that I had, the edges I had, or any of that. However, when we were at the washing session, she did talk about wanting to make the hair look a little bit neater. So she was kind of interested in cutting off some of my edges, my ends here. So she said that she didn't have to do it right away, but she wanted to kind of keep an eye on it and see how they would progress. But I'm hoping she doesn't have to. Maybe I can ask her, can I 2-strand twist them or something? Because I really don't want to lose any length. We'll see. All right, so the real cost of Sisterlocs. All right, yes, I'm going to tell you how much I paid for my Sisterlocs. All right, so first I'm going to show you is my receipt. That's what it looks like. So I don't know if you can see that. The cost I paid for my Sisterlocs, $1,175. Yes, that's how much I paid for my hair. Yes, it is an investment, and yes, I'm very, very pleased with my decision to pay that much for my hair. So what's included in that is my Sisterlock consultation, where I first met her and kind of talked about where I was with wanting Sisterlocks. That's when she measured my head. She measured the length of my hair, checked the density of my hair, and she gave me my 8 tester locks. What's also included in that is my Sisterlock consultation. What's also included is my first wash. And then what's also included is my first retightening. So that is the Sisterlock bundle. That's pretty much standard if you go to the Sisterlock website. So there's tons of people that are able to put in Sisterlocks that are not on the Sisterlock website or not Sisterlock certified. But you kind of got to, decide what you want for your hair. I'm really big on having good looking hair. I believe that good hair brings goodness to the soul. It makes you feel good within. So I had no problem paying that much for my Sisterlocks. But if you want Sisterlocks and you feel like that's just too much for you, there are other ways to get Sisterlocks without having to pay that much. You can go to a trainee. You can go to somebody that's not certified, which I don't recommend, but there are people that do it. They have a different tool if they're not Sisterlock certified. Or you can go with like micro locks. So you got to kind of do your research. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here doing videos, because I was able to make my decision to get Sisterlocks by watching tons of YouTube videos. So I definitely appreciate all those before me that provided information and education regarding Sisterlocs. So do your research. Definitely important. All right. So lastly, how many locks do I have? So I did count, and I have 454 locks. That was the first count. There's so many of them that I'm sure there could probably be a miscount. So I'll be counting them again just to see if that number stays the same. But 454, which I'm pleased with as well, because I know there's different and varying like stuff out there regarding how many locks you have in order to be Sisterlocs. One consistency I've heard is at least 400. So the fact that I have more than 400 makes me feel good. So I'm definitely pleased with my Sisterlock consultant, and just very, very happy overall with my locks. They look great, and I can't wait to see how they progress. My first retie is tomorrow, so I plan on doing a video after that to kind of let you know how it all goes, how long it takes, so I can tell you how much I'm expected to pay at each retightening and any other education that I learned at my first retightening. So just going to give you one more twirl of the hair. Here's my actual part right there. It's where she made it. And I kind of just threw it over. The benefit of having a grid. You can do all types of things you want to do with these. And just know that if you go with Sisterlocks or some type of locks that are not from a certified Sisterlock consultant, you may not have a grid. It may not be as good, but it all depends. You can probably get good quality locks without a certified Sisterlock consultant. Again, I don't recommend it, but there's tons of great people out there. So it's all about you and how you want to feel about your hair and what you're willing to sacrifice to get your hair look the way you want it to look. I also have this small piece, which I thought would have came out, especially after the first wash, but it's hanging on there. This really small one. So it's still locked up there. So I'm happy about that. And I think I have one on this side too, which is kind of a little bit longer, but it's just hanging on. So nothing has slipped just yet, but I'll be able to confirm that after my first retie. And I think that's all for now. So until the next time, stay blessed.